Sorry about that. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thanks for giving me a call so quickly. It looks like you read my email then.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions or concerns about that?
Yeah. I have evidence that I still have to present in the discovery and questions.
Yes, but before you get to discovery, you kind of have to get past that first hurdle. And so, part of this process is the court requires us to, meet and confer about the issues that we've identified in your complaint. To see if you are able to cure those issues. And if you can't, that's fine. But that means that we'll just proceed with filing the demur. And so this is just an opportunity to talk about those and to see, what information you could provide or to amend your complaint or provide to clarify, what exactly it is you're seeking.
Oh, okay. So are you working with the legal department?
I'm outside counsel for Apple, so we're a law firm and we're representing them in the lawsuit.
So you're not working with Apple's legal department?
Apple's legal department is our client.
I thought Apple's your
client. I'm not an employee of Apple. I'm an attorney that's representing Apple.
Right. I understand that, sir. What I'm asking you is, are you working with the legal department with inside Apple?
To the extent that we are, they're our client, yeah.
No, Apple has a legal department.
Yes.
Right. And I've wrote them, let's see, 1, 2, 3 times already, and they haven't replied to me at all. So, I do have my evidence. And have you heard of, let me see, what is that? The UTSA?
No.
You don't know what the UTSA is?
No.
Okay, so it's the California Union Trade Secrets Act.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what my complaint is about.
Okay, and so is there a reason why that none of that's in the complaint?
Well, I filed the complaint, and I was going to do the discovery, and I was basically planning on going to trial.
Okay. Well, you're entitled to do, or try to do whatever you'd like to do in the lawsuit, but based on my reading of your complaint, I have no idea what you're asking for or why you think you're entitled to so much money.
I'm the inventor of the iPad, also known as the tablet.
Can you say that one more time?
I'm the inventor of the iPad, sir.
Okay, so you're claiming you invented the iPad?
Yes, right here, in the California Uniform Trade Secrets Act, it says misappropriation, and that's B. Misappropriation means acquisition of a trade secret of another by a person who knows or has reason to know that the trade secret was acquired by improper means, or disclosure or use of a trade secret of another without express or implied consent by a person who A. used improper means to acquire knowledge of the trade secret, or at the time of disclosure or use knew or had reason to know that his or her knowledge of the trade secret was I. derived from or through a person who had utilized improper means to acquire it. 2. Acquired under circumstances giving rise to a duty to maintain its secrecy or limit its use, or derived from or through a person who owed a duty to the person seeking relief to maintain its secrecy or limit its use, or C. Before a material change of his or her position knew or had reason to know that it was a trade secret and that knowledge of it had been acquired by accident or mistake.
Okay, so if that's your claim, we're confused why none of that information is in the complaint. The complaint is, half a page long, and it's unclear what you're asking for in the complaint. I think you mentioned an iPad in the complaint, but none of the information you stated just now is included in the actual complaint.
I tried, but the system that I was using to file with, it kept malfunctioning. It wouldn't take my PDFs. So I had to get it over the best way that I could. And I was going to use the letters that I wrote to y'all, which were responded to me by the legal department as evidence.
Okay, well, the court can only go off of what's included in your complaint. So, you can believe me or you don't have to believe me. I'm just trying to tell you what our position is. Based on what is in your complaint, it is completely unclear what you're asking for or why you think you're entitled to this money. And the court is probably going to agree with us. You can say all this stuff about why you're entitled to money, but at the end of the day, you have to put it into the complaint and explain to the court why you have a valid cause of action. And that's absent from your complaint in its entirety. So there's basically two avenues to proceed with this case. You can amend your complaint if you'd like to include this information and try to beef up the claim that you're alleging, which I don't really know what the claim is. Or you can, do nothing and we'll respond to the complaint, but we're going to be responding with a demur, which is basically saying that the complaint is unintelligible. It's kind of incoherent, for lack of a better word, but that's kind of the word that the law uses, and that it needs to be dismissed. And I think the court's probably going to agree with us.
Well, I'll just amend my complaint.
I'm sorry, can you say that? I'm sorry, I just got an email. You said you'll just say that one more time?
I'll amend my complaint so that it'll be more intelligible for you, so that y'all can understand what I am saying.
Okay. So I can keep emailing you, but just so you know, I think our response is due by June 27th.
Yeah.
And you would just need to amend the complaint before that date.
Yeah, I can do that. That's no problem.
Okay. And do you know what type of information you're going to be including? I mean, can you provide any of that information to me right now so I can update Apple?
No, I cannot.
Okay. Like, for example, when you invented the iPad, who from Apple misappropriated the trade secrets, any of that information?
That's already in the complaint.
Are you saying Steve Jobs?
Yep.
Okay. And when did he do that?
When y'all came out with the iPad. Actually, it was before that. You don't know that they made the tablet first, and then they used the tablet to make the iPhone, and then after the iPhone was a success, they came out with the iPad, the tablet.
And when was that information, I guess, misappropriated from you?
2004. I don't know when they received it.
And how did they get it from you?
That's in the letter that I wrote. Do you know the email address iplaw@apple?
No.
You don't know that email address?
I do not.
Oh. Well, yeah, I wrote them a letter talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have your letters. I just have the complaint you filed. So, if you have that information, that's fine. If not, we'll look out for the amendments, or if we don't hear from you, then we'll assume that, you're not going to be amending, and we'll just file the demur.
Yeah, I'm going to amend it.
Okay. Do you know when that's going to happen?
It'll either be tomorrow or Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Any other questions or concerns for me?
Oh, no, do you have any other questions?
So it sounds like your claim is one for the violation of the California Union Trade Secrets Act.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific code section?
Yeah, it was just here. Hold on. It's right here. Okay, it's 3426.1.
3426.1.
Yeah.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, you're alleging that Steve Jobs himself is the one that misappropriated this information from you?
Well, I don't know who did it at the company, honestly, because I don't work for the company.
And how? Can you explain how the information was allegedly taken from you?
I called the
Why would they know who you are?
Well, I wrote them a letter back on August the 1st, 2011, and they sent me an auto reply. But I called the inventor's hotline with my idea, and they told me that it was a confidential call and to tell them my idea. And they said that my idea was my idea.
You called Apple and you told them about an idea?
No, I did not call Apple. I called the inventor's hotline.
And what is that?
You don't know what the inventor's hotline is? Okay, so when I was younger, 18, 20 years ago, I used to watch the Maury Show in the morning, and they had an advertisement on there for inventing. Like, one of them has a man sitting on a rock with a hammer making a wheel.
Uh-huh.
And that's the inventor's hotline.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. That sounds good. So I'll just wait for the amendment then, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too.